Hey there, temporal explorers, Sebastian here, ready to take you on another mind-bending journey through the quantum realms of existence. In our last episode, we ventured into the mind-boggling concept of multiple universes. Today, we're going to tackle something that might seem more familiar, but is perhaps even stranger. Time itself. We all experience time, right? The steady march from past to present to future. The ticking of the clock. The changing of the seasons. It seems so fundamental, so undeniable. But what if I told you that according to some of our best physical theories, time as we experience it might be an illusion? That past, present, and future might all exist simultaneously in a vast, timeless reality? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey that will challenge everything you think you know about time. Let's start with something simple. Think about your day so far. You woke up this morning, that's the past. You're listening to this podcast now, that's the present. And you're probably thinking about what you'll do when it's over, that's the future. This sequence seems obvious, indisputable even. But is it really? To understand why physicists and philosophers have come to question the nature of time, we need to take a little detour into the world of relativity. Don't worry, I promise to keep things as clear as possible. In 1905, Albert Einstein published his theory of special relativity. Among many mind-bending implications, it suggested something profound about time, that it's not absolute. The rate at which time passes can change depending on how fast you're moving or how strong the gravitational field is around you. This isn't just theoretical, we've measured it. Clocks on satellites orbiting Earth tick slightly faster than clocks on the ground. Astronauts on the International Space Station age a tiny bit faster than we do on Earth. But here's where it gets really wild. Einstein's theory also suggests that the difference between past, present, and future is, in his words, only a stubbornly persistent illusion. In the equations of relativity, there's no special now that moves from past to future. All moments in time exist on equal footing. This idea was developed further by Einstein's former teacher Hermann Minkowski, who proposed that space and time should be united into a single, four-dimensional entity spacetime. In this view, our universe is like a vast loaf of bread, with each slice representing a moment in time. All slices exist simultaneously. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sebastian, this is all very interesting, but it doesn't match my experience at all. I clearly remember the past, I'm experiencing the present, and I can't see the future. How can time be an illusion? It's a great question, and to answer it, we need to dive even deeper into the nature of reality. And to do that, we're going to revisit some ideas from our previous episodes. Remember when we talked about the observer effect in our first episode? How the act of observation seems to collapse quantum possibilities into definite realities. Well, some physicists have suggested that our perception of time might work in a similar way. The idea goes something like this: just as a quantum particle exists in a superposition of states until observed, the universe might exist in a superposition of all possible moments until observed by a conscious mind. Our consciousness, moving through the four-dimensional space-time, creates the illusion of a flowing time. This concept is part of a broader idea known as the block universe theory. In this view, past, present, and future all exist simultaneously, like different points in space. Just as all the places you're not right now still exist, all the times you're not right now also exist. Let that sink in for a moment. It means that the dinosaurs, Julius Caesar, you as a child, you right now, and your great-great-grandchildren all exist simultaneously in this vast, four-dimensional block of space-time. Our perception of now moving from past to future is just our consciousness traveling through this block. Now, you might be wondering, if time is an illusion, why do we all seem to experience it in the same direction? Why do we remember the past but not the future? This is where entropy comes in. Entropy is a measure of disorder in a system, and it tends to increase over time. This increase of entropy is what gives time its apparent direction, what physicists call the arrow of time. It's why you can mix cold milk into hot coffee, but you can't unmix it. It's why you can break an egg, but you can't unbreak it. But here's the thing, the fundamental laws of physics don't distinguish between past and future. They work equally well in both directions. The arrow of time we experience is a result of the initial conditions of our universe, which started in a very low entropy state. This brings us to another mind-bending idea, time reversal symmetry. In principle, if you could reverse the momentum of every particle in the universe, you could make time run backwards. From the perspective of the fundamental laws of physics, there's no real difference between forward and backward in time. So why do we experience time in one direction? Some physicists, like Julian Barber, have suggested that what we perceive as the flow of time is really just our brains connecting different static configurations of the universe, like a cosmic flipbook. Now, I know we've ventured pretty far into the theoretical here, so let's bring it back to our everyday experience. How does this view of time change how we think about our lives? Well, for one thing, it challenges our notions of free will and determinism. If all moments exist simultaneously in a vast block universe, does that mean our future is already set? Or does the many worlds interpretation we discussed in our last episode come into play, with the block universe branching into multiple futures? It also puts an interesting spin on our attitudes towards past and future. If all moments exist eternally, then in some sense nothing is ever truly lost. The moments of your past, your first kiss, your wedding day, the birth of your child, they're not gone. They're all there in the block universe, as real as the moment you're experiencing now. But far from making our present actions meaningless, I'd argue this makes them more significant than ever. Because while all moments may exist simultaneously, your consciousness is crafting its path through this space-time tapestry right now. You're not just passively experiencing a predetermined future, you're actively constructing your trajectory through the block universe. And here's another profound implication: if time is an illusion, then in a very real sense we are immortal. Not in the sense that our physical bodies live forever, but in the sense that every moment of our existence is eternally present in the block universe. As Einstein himself said in a letter of condolence to the family of his recently deceased friend, Michel Besso, "Now he has departed from this strange world a little ahead of me. That means nothing. People like us who believe in physics know that the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." Now, you might be wondering, if time is an illusion, why do we experience it so vividly? Why does it feel so real? Well, one theory suggests that our perception of time is an evolutionary adaptation. Our brains create the illusion of a flowing time to help us navigate and survive in the world. After all, it's useful to remember where we found food in the past and to plan for potential dangers in the future. But this doesn't mean our perception of time is entirely accurate. In fact, numerous psychological studies have shown how malleable our experience of time can be. Time seems to slow down in dangerous situations. It flies when we're having fun. When we're bored, it drags. And here's where it gets really interesting. Some researchers have suggested that altered states of consciousness, like those experienced during meditation or psychedelic experiences, might allow us to perceive time differently, perhaps giving us a glimpse of the timeless nature of reality. There are even some who speculate that enlightenment experiences reported in various spiritual traditions might be moments of perceiving reality as it truly is timeless, eternal, all moments existing at once. As we wrap up our timeless tour, I want to leave you with a thought experiment. Imagine just for a moment that you could perceive all of time at once. Your birth, your death, and every moment in between, all simultaneously present. The entirety of human history, the birth and death of stars, the beginning and end of the universe, all there at once. How does that change your perspective on your life? On your joys and sorrows? On your goals and fears? In the end, whether time is truly an illusion or not. This view serves as a powerful reminder of the preciousness of each moment. It encourages us to fully inhabit our lives, to be present in each instant, knowing that in some sense this moment will always exist. As always, we've only scratched the surface of this mind-bending topic. In our next episode, we'll explore another fascinating idea, the concept of consciousness as a fundamental property of the universe, and how this view might reshape our understanding of reality itself. But until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, in this timeless reality, every moment of your existence is eternal. Make each one count. This is Sebastian, and you've been listening to The Quantum Observer. Until next time. Or should I say, until all times. Stay curious, and may your journey through space-time be a beautiful one.